The 5 Tibetan rites, also known as the Fountain of Youth, are a series of exercises that have been developed by Tibetan monks thousands of years ago. These exercises have been designed to stimulate and balance the body's energy centers, to increase strength, promote spiritual awakening and enlightenment. The origin of the 5 Tibetan rites remains somehow a mystery, but they are believed to have been developed by Tibetan monks over 2,500 years ago. The exercises were kept secret and passed down only to a select few. In the 1930s, the exercises were introduced to Western countries by Peter Kelder, an American explorer who learned about the Tibetan rites during his travels in Tibet. Radu Sinemar has also written about the Tibetan rites in his book called The Secret Parchment. He described his encounter with a lama in the Transylvanian book series and writes how he was taken to the Apuseni mountains of Transylvania, escorted into a cave where he met a blue woman. He described her as a blue goddess, a tantric daikini, who gave him an ancient manuscript written in the ancient Tibetan language. Here are some paragraphs from the manuscript written in Radu Sinemar's book, The Secret Parchment. I quote, "The wisdom of the highest peak from the kingdom without name. The one who unborn has still appeared free in the pure lotus of the deceiving sea is now enlightening our consciousness in the 19 aggregates of knowledge, in order to pass beyond the terrible wall of the silence of the world. We are begging him to always spread his grace and endless compassion over us." The 19 aggregates of knowledge refer to 19 states of consciousness, starting from the basic level. Radu Sinemar writes that the manuscript could be written by the great guru Padmasambhava and his disciple Yeshe Tsogyal. Padmasambhava was considered a person who had achieved enlightenment. Yeshe Tsogyal as well. She had gained extraordinary power. Legend says she acquired perfect control of the mechanisms and laws of the physical world, and even conquered death. According to legend, Yeshe Tsogyal had even the power to resurrect the dead, travel wherever she wanted, by the power of her will, and master the laws of matter. The manuscript continues, I quote, "O Tsogyalma, my valuable disciple who has already realized the truth of the first two worlds, listen to me. The most important energy coming from the realm without name is love. It is infinite, it represents the unifying element, and at the same time shows us the highest peak that governs the world." The manuscript indicates that there is nothing above the energy of love. Everything is possible through love, which is infinite and can reach different realms. The next part of the manuscript says, I quote, "O my beautiful Tsogyal, always be careful that any aspect of reality just as we look upon it will be revealed to us exactly in the same manner afterwards." This part indicates how much influence we have on the physical world with our thoughts and intentions. If we cultivate the inner force of love, we can receive infinitely more from our surroundings. But if we remain suspicious, angry, or fearful, love cannot access the shell we created around us. And so, to be able to reach higher levels of consciousness, we need to start by transforming our inner being. Once we achieve inner transformation, it will impact our perception of the surrounding reality, similar to wearing glasses to enhance the vision. The manuscript given to Radu Sinemar also writes about the 5 Tibetan rites, considering it an efficient way for spiritual evolution. The 5 Tibetan rites consist of 5 different exercises which are performed in sequence. Each exercise has to be repeated a certain number of times. They are designed to stimulate and balance the energy centers of the body, or the chakras. Apart from the spiritual benefit of the 5 Tibetan rites, exercising them on a regular basis can also provide a range of mental and physical benefits. These include increased flexibility and strength, improved digestion and circulation, reduced stress and anxiety, enhanced mental activity and focus, clarity, improved sleep quality, greater overall health and well-being. Before starting to practice the 5 Tibetan rites, it is essential to warm up the body with stretching or yoga poses. The first exercise is called the spin. To perform this exercise, stand with your arms outstretched at shoulder height and your palms facing down. Spin clockwise with your arms outstretched, keeping your eyes open and fixed on a point in front of you. Spin for 3 or 21 times, or until you feel slightly dizzy. The second exercise is called leg raises. Lie flat on your back with your arms at your sides and your palms facing down. Raise your legs straight up to a vertical position, keeping your knees straight and your feet together. Slowly lower your legs back down to the floor, keeping your knees straight. Repeat the exercise again 3 to 21 times. The third exercise is called camel. Kneel on the floor with your hands on your hips. Arch your back and lean your head back as far as possible. Return to an upright kneeling position. And repeat the exercise 3 to 21 times. The next exercise is called the tabletop. Sit on the floor with your legs crossed and your palms on the ground behind you. Raise your hips up to a tabletop position with your knees bent and your arms straight. Lower your hips back down to the floor. And again, repeat the exercise 3 to 21 times. The last exercise is called upward dog. Lie flat on your stomach with your palms on the ground next to your shoulders. Push your body up and arch your back, keeping your legs straight and your toes pointed. Lower your body back down to the ground.